You know what song would be great for this guy? Hooked on a Feeling? Ooga chaka, ooga ooga!
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Toyworld ALLOCATER. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up front here, we have a nice piece of artwork of ALLOCATER. Right there. On this side of the box, you have the last piece of the constructor picture puzzle. We'll put all these boxes together in the next video and show off the completed picture. On this side of the box, we have Toyworld. On this side, you have stuff and things. On this side, you have things and stuff. On the back, you have what I assume says, warning, please don't eat anything in this box. And, of course, you have Sad Pac-Man! And that's basically it for the packaging. So moving right along, included in the packaging, you do get a sticker. Hooray for stickers. Woo! And also included with the figure is some replacement parts. So if your Scavenger and Bone Crusher had the issue of the cracking elbows, here's the fix for it. You can see in here you do have the replacement elbows for Bone Crusher, and you actually get pretty much entire replacement shoulders as well as the elbows for a Scavenger. So yeah, I'm not gonna do the swap on mine because so far the elbows on both of my figures are fine. They haven't cracked at all, but it's good to know that if they ever do start to crack, I got the fix for it. So good on Toyworld for rectifying that problem. So there you have that. So moving right along, here we have ALLOCATER. This is the final component of Toyworld's constructor, their Not Devastator, and this is their hook right here. And let's get in close so you can see the details. This panel likes to move around on me. But you can see right up front here, you do have some nice silver paint up front. The front headlights here are done in that purple transparent plastic. You get a little bit of gray going across. You have some nice transparent plastic right there for the windshields. And some nice molded details as well. And you get some nice paint outs. You get some gray, some red, gray in there. The rims are cast in that kind of dark gray plastic. Again, some nice molding throughout. A little bit of silver and black. Again, nice molded details. Get some more transparent plastic right there for those windshields. And you can see in there they actually molded a little seat, which is pretty cool. So you have that. Get some little spots of red there. On the back, you get some gray. Get some red for the taillights. You do get some nice silver paint right up here, as well as right up here, which goes down the side as well. And yeah, very nicely done. Raise this up, you can see they picked out some of this detail in that gray paint as well. So yeah, very cool. And onto this armature right here, you do got some silver paints right here, which looks very nice. You can see the hook itself has some little bit of molded detail. You got the caution stripes painted in. Looks very nice. Yeah, the underside, you do have visible head syndrome. It's right there in his face. We're going to talk about his face when we get to robot mode, but yeah, his face. But anyway, he does have rubber tires, which is a good or a bad thing, depending on your personal preferences. He does roll, as rolling things should. There is articulation for this particular alt mode. This armature here can move up and down. You get 1, 2, 3 clicks up, which is nice. This whole section can rotate a full 360, and sometimes it'll bump into this section and bring it up. As you can see there. Boop, there you go. You can see because this section here kind of juts out a bit further, so it'll bump into that. But you do get rotation there, and you can extend the arm right there, which is pretty cool. It would have been nice if they had painted in the stripes here as well, but it is what it is, but it would have been nice if they had painted it. And there you go. And the hook itself is on a hinge. You can move it forward, move it back. And there you go. Yay! Now he does include his gun right here, which is done in black plastic. You do get some spots of red paint right there, but nicely molded. There are a couple spots you can store this In alt mode, you do have 2 ports right here that the gun will fit in, and you have this port right back here. I like to plug it in back here. I just think that looks best for me, but yeah. So I always say, your toy, display it however you want. You can plug it up front if you want. It's totally up to you. For me, I just think it looks better back here. If you want to store it at all, that's what I prefer. But there you go. So, for comparison, let's get right down to it. Let's move him over here, actually. Let's bring in Masterpiece Ironhide and Masterpiece Sideswipe. So you can see how he scales with these boys. Right there. You can see how that works. We'll bring in MP10, Optimus Prime. So you can see how he scales there. You can see lengthwise. Let me raise the camera a bit here. Lengthwise, a little bit, only slightly shorter than MP10. So there you have that. Here he is with Combiner Wars, Voyager Prime. You can see how he scales with the current Voyagers. Right there. Leader Class Megatron. You can see how that works. And what else are we gonna do? Okay, let's just bring in the other hooks. Because ain't no party like a hook party, because a hook party don't stop. That didn't sound right. That didn't sound right at all. Anyway. So there's Combiner Wars hook, TFC Toys hook, and G1 hook, because it's precious. Hooking precious. That didn't sound right either. Anyway. There you have the various hooks, official and otherwise. Right there. So there you have that, there you have that, and there you have that. And last but not least, it's finally time for the big group shots. Get all these bad boys into frame here. Hopefully we can fit them all in. I don't know. We're going to try. We're going to try our best. Maybe. We'll see. Let's try to pull back here, and there we go, pretty much. Yeah, there we go. We got them all in frame. Hooray! And there you have the whole team. Reunited, and it feels so good. There you go. And they do look good together. Definitely do look good together. So there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. And there you go. So there you have that. Okay. So without further ado, it's time to get down to transformation. So as usual, we'll go into combine mode, then we'll go into robot mode. So to get him into combine mode, what you're going to do is just going to take these 2 sections right here, and you're going to rip them apart like that. You can see his armature right here. Once you've done that, move this up out of the way. Once you've done that, you want to take this front section here. You want to split it, because there is a, one thing you want to do, always make sure you do this, I always forget to do this, there's little clips right here. You see, clip into the other section there to hold everything together. Bring those up. I always forget to do that. Bring those up first, and then you can split that. And once you do that, you can come in here and you flip down this little peg right there. So you just flip that down, and then you peg all this back together. Oops. Set that back where it was. There we go. And now just clip this back together. Bring those clips down like that. There you go. And then you just want to flip this peg down as well. Right there. And then you want to come here. You want to open up all of this right here. At least just this side really is all you have to do. Because you want to flip down this peg right here, and there's a nice little tab to help you flip it down. So you flip that down, and then you come to this side, and there's another peg that you have to flip down. If you just rotate this a little bit, it gives you the room to get your finger in there. Flip that down. There you go. And then you can just take all this and put it back together like that. And then you want to take this section right here and swing that out like that. And then you're going to bring up these two clips right here. Flip those up. And then you're just going to take the two halves and bring them together, and you have two posts, two ports right there. So just take that and just squeeze that all together, nice and good like. And then you just take these clips here and you bring them down, and that will hold everything together all nice neat like. Give that push down to make sure everything stays nice and pegged. Boop, there we go. So now you see you have all four of these little connector pegs hanging down. And then you come to this side, this is where my tongue stops working. You lift up this panel, and you open this section up right here, which is kind of tight. You bring that up, fold that in, and that is where the connection for the arms is. So you just flip that in, and then of course you'll drop the peg right in there, close that up. That's how that works. And you do the same thing over here. You just flip that up, and you open this section up, which again is kind of tight on mine. There we go. Flip that up, flip that in, and of course you drop the peg in there, close that up, and of course we'll show all that off when we actually get to the combination. And there you pretty much go. Now you're probably wondering, where is his head? I don't know. Where's his head? Where does the head come from? Well, the head is a separate piece. Oh no! Worst toy ever! It's long haul all over again. Rage, rage, rage. This is actually a good idea. I'm going to tell you why in a little bit. So yes, the head is a separate piece. And we'll get in close here so you can see the head sculpt. Nice head sculpt. Cast in black, you do get some gray right there in the corners. You get some red, nice silver paint for the face. You do have a visor that you can flip down. You have this tab right here. Push it down. You can flip down the visor. Very nicely done. Nicely molded on the back as well. There you go. So you can have him with or without visor. Totally up to you. He does have a light up feature. You have this button right here. When you press it, boop. There we go. Nice bright red LED in there. Looks very cool. You can have it lit up with the visor. You can have it lit up without the visor. Totally up to you. Me personally, I prefer with the visor down. So that's the way I'll display it. But of course, as always, your toy display it however you wish. But there you go. So turn that off. And you have the 4 posts right here that will plug in to the 4 ports right there. And you also have this little like kind of piece that comes up, and it will fit right into this groove right here. So make sure you have everything lined up properly and just plug it on, push it on, and there you go. There you have the upper chest for Devastator. It looks nice, and the head will be properly proportioned to the rest of the body, which is why it's a separate piece, because it's, again, I'll get into that a little bit more in a bit, but yeah. There you have that. So we'll just put that off to the side right there. You want to look up? You don't want to look up. Fine. Look at the table. Look at the table. So let's get some comparisons of Devastator noggins here. So there's the TFC. There's Combiner Wars. All of them are just going to be looking down. There we go. And there is the G1 right there. There you go. Bunch of Devastator noggins. So there you have that. Hooray. Hooray for noggins. Alright. Get all that off to the side there. So, there you have it. So, on to robot mode. So, we'll just rip this head off, put it off to the side, because we're not going to need it anymore. And then we will undo these clips right here. Undo those clips. And then you just want to pull this apart, which can be kind of hard to do because it does peg in quite securely. There we go. Yeesh. So, pull that apart. Close that section back up. And we'll concentrate on this section right here. So, just split this like that. And you can take this peg here and just flip that back in. And then you want to take this panel right here. Open that up. Take the leg. Extend it down like that. Make sure you flip these clips back down, right there, And right there. And again, I totally forgot to undo these clips like I was supposed to. Make sure you flip these clips up. I mean, you can, as you can see, you can separate the legs without having to flip those clips up, but you might break them. And I'm being dumb and totally forgetting to always undo those clips. Don't forget to undo those clips. Don't be dumb like me. But once you've done that, you can take this peg, and that just flips in like that. And this panel, you just bring it down on this double hinge here. Just collapse it up like that, and bring that up like that. And then just close that up. Take the toe, flip it out, bring the foot in, and there you got a leg all done. Second verse, same as the first. Just take this panel, open it up, bring the leg down like that. Take these clips, flip them all the way down, like that, and then take these panels here, collapse it on a double hinge, bring that up, close that up, and then you just flip out the toe, swing the foot in, and also you want to close this back up, flip that panel back out, close it back up. There you go. So that's solid again. We'll do that over here as well. If I can get this open. There we go. A little stiff on mine. Just flip that open, close it back up. There we go. So everything's solid again. And there you go. There you got the legs all done. So at this point now, you can take this whole assembly and collapse this back up and connect it again. Right there. Just bring that back, just get it out of the way, fold that up. So now we will move on to the upper body. And let me readjust the camera for a moment. Do it. Excuse me. There we go. Alrighty. So now once we get to this point, you want to take this whole upper assembly here, split it. And these sections here, you can see they just tab in right there. So undo all that. You want to take this section of the arm and swing it in like that, so you can swing this out, so you can bring this down like that. You can take this peg, flip that back in, take this peg, flip that back in, and now you want to rotate the arm. And then you want to, this section of the arm, the forearm is on a slider, which is really, really hard to pull down the way you're supposed to. So the way I do it is I just extend the arm, and that just extends it. It is a little scary to do, but so far it doesn't seem like it's stressing anything or cracking anything, but it's just really stiff, and I don't know any other way to do it, so be careful with that. Once you do that, you just want to, and I'll just show you how it works here. You can see how it's extended now. When you're going back into vehicle mode, you're just taking this section and you're pushing it back up like that. So that's how that works. And as you can see, it's a very solid click, which means it's very hard to get back extended, but that's just the best way I've found to do it. But anyway, once you do that, you want to rotate the arm at the bicep swivel, because right there is your elbow joint. Open that up, flip out the hand, which on mine is a little tight. There we go. Flip that out, close it back up, rotates, and then you just take this section here, you bring it down that double hinge, rotate it towards the back, and there you got an arm all done. Second verse, same as the first. Just take this section, bring it down, you can bring this up, swing that down, rotate, then you just extend that arm down, which again, it's kind of scary, but this one really does want to go. Come on, man, come on. There we go. Extend that downward like that. Rotate, open that up, flip out the hand, which again on mine is a little stiff. Close it back up. Oops. Close it back up. Rotate. Bring that down. Bring the section down on that double hinge. Rotate it towards the back. And there you go. Now this whole backpack section here, you just want to slide down like that. Take the chest section here. You can open that up. Just tabbed in. Open that up. you want to take these green sections here, they're on a double hinge, and these pegs will peg in right there. Just take that and plug it in. Push it down like that. Plug that in. Push it down. It is quite difficult to get these unpegged when you're going back into vehicle mode. I've always had to like take my tweezers here and just kind of pry them out. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get undone. But anyway, once you do that, we're going to bring the head up, rotate it like that, and then take this old chest panel, bring it up, make sure that stays up, bring that up, and then we can now bring this flush against the back. And I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Woo, we're done. So there you go. There you have Allocator in his robot mode. And he is a nice looking hook. Definitely is a nice looking hook. Now let's talk about his face, shall we? We need to talk about his face. I don't know what this... I don't get what is he doing with his mouth. I don't understand this. What is happening here? It looks like he's trying to do a Stallone, Schwarzenegger, and Elvis impression all at the same time. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't know why, I don't know. But anyway, it does have some pretty good light piping, as you can see. Works fairly well. Nice silver paint there. You do get some red right up top. Yeah, nice head sculpt, except I don't know what he's doing with his... I don't know. I don't get it. But... oh, no, though. Very nice design. You got the transparent purple chest plate right there. You do get some bits of silver. Silver down the side. You get some yellow, some gray. And, you know, all in all, though, it's a pretty clean transformation. You do get some details in here that are picked out in paint as well. And, you know, it's the typical hook backpack, which works. He has his bits hanging off of him. Whether that bothers you or not is up to your personal taste, but there you have that. Now, articulation-wise, the head can rotate. These shoulder pieces will kind of get in the way a little bit. You can kind of get them looking side to side. You just kind of have to push things around a bit. You can look up a good amount. You can look down. You can use a transformation joint to get him looking down into his chest. There's no wiggle waggle movement. It's just a hinge. Shoulders can do a full 360. They can go in and out. You can also use that transformation joint there to kind of shift the shoulders up and down if you want. You do have a bicep swivel, elbows with slightly under 90 degrees of bend, and you do have, due to the transformation, you have this inward joint they can use if you want. Wrists are on a swivel. All the fingers are individually articulated. You have a ball joint at the base of the thumb and a ball joint at the base of each finger. You do have a waist swivel. These panels can move out of the way to accommodate the leg movement, the front flap, the butt flap. Can move out of the way. You can move the leg forward that much, back that much. You can do the full splits. You have a thigh swivel. You got nice range of movement there at the knee, over 90 degrees. Right there. And the feet can move forward and backwards slightly. There is a hinge there. It's slight forward and backward movement. And you do get some ankle tilt. You also have a double joint here to allow for even more tiltage. Right there. So, there you go. Now again, if you don't like the transparent purple chest piece, just like with the others, you can pop this off. It's just tabbed in. You just get in here and push it out with something. I always use my little tweezers here. And you can just pop that right out if you want. I'll do it just to show it off. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. It just pops right off. You can see it reveals some molded details. None of it is painted in, unfortunately. But this is actually the one case where I am going to actually leave this piece on because I do think it looks better that way. So, for me, personally, that's going to stay on. But there you go. Just saying you have the option of popping it off if you don't like it. So there you have that. Of course, he can hold his weapon. You have the tab in the palm, as usual, and you have the slots on either side of the handle. And you can peg that right in. Bring the thumb down. You tab that right in, rather. Wrap his fingers around it. And there you go. Can it survive the shake test? Nah, not really. It cannot survive the vigorous shaking. But it will still hold just fine through normal posing. Unless you're a weirdo like me who likes to vigorously shake his toys. But there you go. One thing I do like is that this armature here does actually serve as like a third leg. So, you know, you can't knock him over. He's stable. So that's always a plus for me. I don't know about you, but that's a plus for me. So there you have that. Now for comparison, let's bring in Masterpiece. Side swipe. We'll bring in Ironhide. We'll actually bring in Prime too, just to get them all in shot here. So that's how he compares with some Masterpiece Autobots. Right there. Here he is with Combiner Wars, Voyager Prime, and Leader Megatron. You can see how he scales there. We have that. What else have we got? Straighten out the camera a little bit here. What else have we got? Apollyon and the Masterpiece Soundwave. You can see how that works. So there you go. What else have we got? Masterpiece Starscream with a floppy chest. And Masterpiece Shockwave. See how he scales there with those guys. And there you go. And we'll get in the other hooks. Combiner Wars hook. TFC hook. And the G1 floppy waisted pressures. Floppy waisted, and you can't really stand pressures. So you have the other hooks right there. And last but not least, let's bring in the whole team again. I don't know if we can get all these guys in frame, but I shall do my best. Let's see how this will work. Probably not. Nope, it's not going to work. There's just not enough space here. Oh, there might be. I don't know. We'll see. See if we can fit Scrapper right there. There we go. Hey, we did it. There we go. And there we have the whole team. Hooray! They do look good together. Do make for a nice looking set, in my opinion. So there you go. Hooray! I think we're going to be able to get them all in the shot. So there we go. There we go. So yeah, there you have ALLOCATER. Nice figure. Again, I know people are probably going to be raging because the head is a separate piece, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it one bit because the only place this could have been worked into would have been the backpack, and while width-wise it probably would have fit, depth-wise the backpack would have ended up being literally as thick as this. It would have had to extend up to here, which means this would have been up here, which just would have knocked everything out of proportion and made it look weird and chunkier than it needed to be, and he'd have a humongous backpack, which then I'm sure people would have been complaining about that. So, you know, I don't mind the parts forming that they're doing because it's making it so the individual robots are not suffering for having to carry all the extra junk, while still making sure that the combined mode is going to be properly proportioned. So I think it's a good idea. If you really wanted all the combined mode parts to be integrated into the robots, then, you know, this happens. And did you really want this to happen? Did you really want to pay $100 for this? Because that's what it would have been. So While you may not like the parts forming, I hope you can at least understand why they're doing it the way they're doing it. It actually is quite beneficial to the set, and it's beneficial to the individual robots that they're not trying to cram everything into the individual robots. But anyway, there you have Allocator. So in Monday's video, we will take all 6 of these guys and combine them and take a look at the completed constructor. So there you go. So if you would like an Allocator or any of Toyworld's other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so check that out. And you can also check out my constructor playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Toyworld Allocator, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be a geek, be proud, palm in your face. Why am I always looking this way? Excuse me, sir. Yes, Huck, what can I do for you? Well, your room is complete. Groovy! Yes, I said groovy. So when can I see it? Oh, you can come see it right now. Groovy! Cliffhanger!